Hello, welcome to an episode of YouthLine TV show. I am the host and my name is Jacqueline, but you can call me Jackie.
Hello, my name is Michelle, and I'm today's guest on YouthLine's TV show about negative effects of fast foods.
Thank you everyone who is participating for today's TV show. I am very grateful for everyone's help. Now let's get into what we will talk about today. We are going to talk about the negative effects of fast food and how it has a negative effect on our body mentally and physically. We will also lead a bit into some causes of why people choose fast food, and we will give many examples of the bad effects of fast foods, and we will talk about what they are and how it can worsen. We hope you will like this video, and let's read Chalk's philosophy before we get started. As our philosophy says, young people can do anything with the appropriate amount of training and support. We will now get into the discussion. Do you think today's topic is important to talk about? If you answer yes, explain why.
Personally, yes, I think it's important since even especially today in today's society, fast food is very prevalent in a lot of people's life. That is just something that is like a necessity for many people.
What fast food place do you think is the most unhealthiest?
Most unhealthiest. That's kind of hard to say since there's like
a lot.
There is a lot. There's like Burger King, there's McDonald's, there's Wendy's, Carl's Jr., Taco Bell. It's a lot to go over that. Having to find that one fast food chain that is the unhealthiest will take a lot longer to just go over.
So do you think all of them are unhealthy?
Yeah, but I know that there are a few fast food chains that offer healthy alternatives. Like I think with McDonald's they offer apples and milk, especially for the kids. But most of them, they're unhealthy.
Yeah. Okay, so we can try to solve the problem of fast food, but how would you think we can solve it to prevent people from eating at fast food places?
What do you mean by that?
How can we try to solve the problem of people eating fast food in cases where they probably don't have so much money to pay for?
I think what would help would be probably more advertisements on healthy foods and just more programs that just support those who are maybe not able to get something like fruits or vegetables. Endorse more of those programs and
my mom, she gets these free bags of food, of vegetables and just fruits, and just for it to be more spread would be helpful, because I know many people don't know probably that I get free food that is healthy, so they just buy cheap food that is unhealthy.
Right. I know that when I was going to city, they were giving out free food, but it was on specific days. So you would have to know either by going to their website or maybe going to their Instagram or Twitter, but not a lot of people, especially with older folks, may not be able to get that information since people are getting to just know technology and know these resources, but it's just a lot of these older folks are just people who aren't well tuned with just checking these places. They would usually hear it from other people, so I feel with just more endorsement of these programs would definitely help.
I think that would be very helpful. Now let's get into the questions. How much times do you eat fast food in a month?
I'm pretty guilty of eating at least a little too many. Like I have a big guilty pleasure with French fries in particular, and I know I eat it at least like once a week, sometimes twice a week, if I'm just like, oh man, I need something to fill me up, because it's just like it's such an easy way to like have something to keep you full, especially if you just want something cheap, something easy. So I know I'm just like it, and it's something that just like tastes really good. Yeah, I'm pretty guilty of just like eating it at least like once a week.
Okay. Yeah, because it's something quick and you can just eat it.
Right.
It tastes good. When you eat fast food, how do you feel after?
On the spot, or just like at the moment, I feel pretty good. But I know that just like after a while, I'll feel kind of sluggish or tired.
Yeah.
Especially if just like I ate. That's like what I mostly ate for the day. I just feel really tired, or just like I want to take a nap when it's just like only midday.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's all you've eaten? Cause do you get full after that?
Yeah, I would get full after that, or I would sometimes I would just want to eat more.
Eat more of the same fast food, or do you want to eat more healthier?
I think both. Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, just eat in general. Just keep on eating. But
okay. In what ways do you think fast food can negatively affect us?
There's a lot of health issues that can come out of eating fast food, or just eating a lot in general. Eat a lot of like, I know it's like eating a lot of meat. It could harm your just like your liver in particular. I know it's affecting somebody in my life that is way too young at just having to deal with these kind of ailments, and it's largely it's because them eating fast foods really young. Like I remember them telling me that they were eating like quarter pounders every week, because their grandparent was just like, okay, this is probably the easiest way to get food without having to actually make up, just like put in the time to make the food. So that probably contributed to that, and it's tough seeing it.
Yeah, they suffer afterwards because they want something easier. Sometimes they don't have enough time, but just have to like find a way to eat healthier, because in the meats, I've heard that the meats are not really like from animal, like it's processed, and it's not even meat, it's some other stuff that we don't even know. Like you can probably like say you want a certain food from fast food, like let's say McDonald's, but sometimes you won't even know what's in your own food, and most of the times it's like really bad stuff, like chemicals or like fake food. Literally, it's not even food.
That reminds me of like a video in which I think there's like this video that showcased how like briefly showcased how chicken nuggets or hot dogs are made, and they were showcased like in front of kids, and this was supposed to let them know that, hey, these meats, look at how icky, like how gross they're being made, and how these aren't really natural foods. And I remember these kids just being like, oh, I want some chicken nuggets, or I want some hot dogs, or something like that. But it's just like,
at a young age they're being shown these
things, and yet they still want them.
Yeah, because it tastes good, and it's just like so weird how probably like the parents give them those type of food, so like because it's something easy, and you actually have to pay more for organic food, so they just it's a habit to eat like fast food. Okay, let's go to the next question. What do you think people eat fast food knowing it's bad for them? I mean, why do you think?
Cause it just feels good, especially if you're just not feeling like for me sometimes I go to like specifically french fries or chicken nuggets as a way to just de-stress, especially if it's like a long day.
Oh, and you're tired.
Yeah, and I just want something that's quick, that I don't have to put any energy to actually make, because after a long day I just want to do something that's easy.
Yeah, in a way it's like soothing.
Yeah, soothing. It's like it's a temporary feeling, but
yeah,
it's something that yeah, it's something really guilty of me. I'm just like, oh, I want something easy. I want something simple. I'll just eat something like this, even if it is bad. It's something that's just comfortable. Yeah. Especially, I've been eating these when I was young. I've been just like, what do you call that?
Like addicted in a way.
Yes, especially when I'm like exposed to it pretty young. Like I know when I was young, I've seen these kids, like these school kids in my life, just like eating these things, and I'm like, oh man, these kids are eating it. Why don't I eat it? And I remember just like being influenced by other people, my surroundings, that made me like more interested in eating it. Like it's not like peer pressure, but it's just like the surroundings.
You want to do it too.
Yeah. And then that went into a spiral of just me just getting into a custom of just like eating these things because I'm used to it. It makes me comfortable.
And you don't see the negative effects right away, right? So I think that might be another reason. Like until you're older, you start noticing all these health problems and you're like regretting eating so much junk food. But like I feel if young people were educated more on how when you're older you get all these health effects, they'll probably like double think eating junk food and spending time in making food for themselves.
Right.
Now let's get started with the activity. We will now get started with Michelle leading the activity.
Oh. Okay, so let me bring this picture up. So we have images of cancer warnings on different fast food places, and different fast food places like McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, and much more. I will read what the warning signs will say. Okay. Chemicals known to cause cancer or birth defects or other reproductive harm may be present in foods and beverages sold and served here. Cooked potatoes that have been browned, such as French fries, hash browns, and baked potatoes, contain acrylamide, a chemical known to the state of California to cause cancer. Other foods here, such as hamburger buns, biscuits, and coffee, also contain acrylamide, but generally in lower concentrations than potatoes. Acrylamide is not added to our foods, but is created whenever potatoes and certain other foods are browned. The FDA has not advised people to stop eating baked potatoes, fried potatoes, or other foods which contain acrylamide. For more information, see www.fda.gov.
Oh wow, that's I don't think, have you ever seen any of these signs put up?
No, I think I've seen it briefly from going through the Burger King app when they have like specific like if you go to a specific food item to order, I think they mentioned that. Like they have like a warning sign that you have to press on if you want to press on, but
that's ordering online?
Yeah, I don't really see it in person.
Oh wow, that's not good because I don't think I've ever seen any of these signs either. It's like, I'm not sure if it's mandatory for them to let us know, but like I have never seen this. So, acrylamide is it's a chemical that causes cancer. So why hasn't the FDA stopped fast foods from producing these foods? I'm not sure. Do you want to answer? Just like, why might their reason be for not stopping the fast food companies from serving this for people?
That's a really good question. I feel like the FDA, they're like the same people that kind of. I mean, they do process things that are bad and will eventually let people know about it and put a stop to it. But they're also like the same people who kind of let fast foods keep serving these things for so long, and it's really just like it's like, yeah, it's something profitable. It keeps the economy growing for our country.
Yeah, and it's also like, it's not killing anyone, as like we rarely hear anyone dying from eating fast food. But probably like we should have like people who have health effects or health problems, like just post it and let us know, because most of them don't even show us how you can get after eating so much fast food.
I think it definitely helps to have like to show like a graph.
Yeah, percentage of
like people who obtain these ailments just from these fast foods and eating these specific products.
Yeah, but again, like we don't have that information, which probably is why people still eat fast food. So we just need to find someone to make it, but it's like rare. Or you just probably in YouTube, but like again, older people might not be using YouTube. They just use other platforms. So we just need people to like spread more awareness. What might be some alternatives for cooking foods that won't create this harmful chemical?
Well, by cooking with water, such as simmering, steaming, and boiling, will not reach a temperature above 120 Celsius. And the acrylamide is not formed during these cooking methods. Using a microwave oven will also reduce acrylamide formation.
Oh wow, that's really interesting. Like, you just have to. I think it might take more longer, which is something, again, people just want something quick.
Right.
But let's say people don't want to cook differently. They just want to stick to frying their food, which, let's say, are potatoes. What can they try to do to reduce the creation of acrylamide?
That's a really good question, actually. Comparing frying, roasting, and baking potatoes, frying causes the highest acrylamide formation. Soaking raw potato slices in water for 15 to 30 minutes before frying or roasting. I will now read the next cancer warning sign in another fast food place. Chemicals known to state of California to cause cancer or birth defects or other reproductive harm may be present in foods or beverages sold or served here. Such chemicals are also present in this area and in consumer products and other items sold, provided, and used here.
Wow, that's very bad. Why do you think the FDA hasn't done anything about this yet?
The FDA monitors the levels of acrylamide and its potential to harm human health, but it hasn't been so serious. But it can become serious, but again, the FDA cannot estimate how much fast food you can buy on the daily. They just monitor how much toxins a food has for eating it once. Do you know other health risks fast foods have?
Oh yeah, I think McDonald's packaging contains a cancer-causing chemical. And I've done research and it's called PFAS or polyfluoroalkyl substances.
Hmm. How does this negatively affect us physically and mentally?
Since fast food is very highly processed, it can stunt skeleton growth and leave children with weaker bones, obesity, loss of appetite, and increases the chance of depression. Because fast food doesn't have nutrients or is high on protein, it causes these effects.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. What do I do with all this information now?
You can send anyone this TV show and let them know how fast food is really bad for us. So, we are reaching the end of our show here. We would like to thank you all for our viewers for watching this week's episode. I would also like to thank my guest for today for being on the show. If you would like to catch more of our episodes and content, it can be found on our website under YouthLineSF.org, where you can also contact us or let us chat or use the chat feature to inquire about content, shows, or becoming a guest.
If you would like to watch any of our episodes, they can be found on our channel, YouthLine Live. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and share with friends. Thank you for tuning in to YouthLine TV. See you next time.